Happy Friday, fellas. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Yamel. Glad to have you guys here. And as all of you guys are probably aware, today is giveaway day, right? Six mystery LGS kit booster mystery boxes giveaway. So for those of you that are stopping by real quick for the channel, before I actually begin the video topic for today, we are giving away 6 boxes per week leading up to Seance. So I think you guys have this week and then the following week. And I think that's it. I think those are the last 2. So this week and next are the last weeks to join the giveaway. And it's just a bunch of cool LGS kit exclusive goodies like the exclusive promo cards, the play mats, all that stuff. You guys can actually win from the mystery box. We've actually already had several people reach out to me showing me like their contents of the boxes. Really cool stuff. Anyways, so for those of you guys that saw last week's video regarding the 25% LGS support reduction for Metazoo, the giveaway will be done at the end of this video. And for today's topic, since we had a lot of, like what could Metazoo do to improve last week, this week's topic or question of the week for the giveaway would be, what has Metazoo done right? Like, in your opinion, what has Metazoo done correctly rather than something that they can improve on, right? And that's really the topic of today's video as well. So without further ado, let's kind of get into it. Okay, so when we think of what Metazoo has done correctly, I mean, there's, of course, a lot of people tend to think that right now, currently, Metazoo has done more wrongs than right, at least based on the internet and what I've seen, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that that's the right thing. Of course, there's always room for improvement, and the Metazoo community is very vocal about that. They want improvement. They want faster shipping times. One of the biggest ones, which I agree with, is like, Metazoo binders releasing on release date with the boxes, or the exclusive drops shipping not 2 or 3 months after the fact, but rather, within at least a month or something, So that's one major thing, right? But when we think of what Metazoo has done right, there's actually quite a bit. And the biggest, in my opinion, is positioning themselves with a lot of powerful companies. So we kind of saw that with, for example, eBay. They're literally the TCG of choice when it comes to eBay Live and eBay Collectibles. Like, eBay is partnered up with Metazoo, and they were the first TCG on their live stream, if I'm not mistaken. They had a whole cool seance event at Comic-Con this year where eBay Live Collectibles, or eBay Live, I should just say, was like being tested for the first time, essentially, right? And it was extremely successful. As you guys saw in my previous video, the tarot boxes sold out in under 30 minutes. And that was like 5,000 boxes. So they're doing some stuff right. Their partnerships with Invasion Toys. I mean, we're still waiting for Funko. Like, the thing is, like, I don't know how long that's going to take from conception to design to production for the Funkos. I mean, I think we got like concept art of what they're supposed to look like. We got the Dragon of Kanto Falls. We've got Mothman in all his glory, right? So we just don't know when they're going to be released, right? But the fact that they're partnering up with so many big and well-known companies bodes well, right? eBay's a huge one. And before that, let me backtrack. One of the biggest ones that I did not really like was Channel Fireball, mainly because of all of the business practices that they were doing, undercutting LGSs, things like that. That has been solved. TCG Player was buying out Channel Fireball, which TCG Player is being bought by eBay. And so we go right back to Metazoo being eBay's like TCG partner. So that is awesome. I mean, I wonder how long it's going to be before we get like the Metazoo tab on top of TCG Player, which is when you kind of know you've made it as a TCG. Like, they did that with, like, Flesh and Blood got added up to the top. You got, like, Magic the Gathering. You got Pokemon. Like, all the major TCGs are added to the top tab without having to click on more and then finding your TCG. So they're very well positioned, and they've done that extremely well. Their partners have been very strategic. And of course, because Metazoo is a brand, they can literally do whatever they want: clothing, toys, NFTs, um, trading cards, TV shows, video games, like the whole 9 yards they can do, right? Something else that is really helpful, in my opinion, is they've been hiring the right people for it. They've been hiring the correct executive officers and all that good stuff, right? And I think we had the CEO or ex-CEO of the Hello Kitty brand that came on board. So things like that is something that we should be happy about. I know there's a lot of negativity right now, a lot of negativity regarding Metazoo, regarding the demand for it, the all the different collaborations that they do. There's a lot of negativity around it. I don't necessarily agree with all the negativity. I think long term it's here to stay, hopefully, right? We all like it. I like it. I love collecting it, right? But I think people are focusing, as they always do, and we as humans tend to do this all the time. It's just human nature. We always latch onto the negative stuff. We try to not focus too much on the positive stuff because we just expect it to be positive. We just have those expectations already. You know what I mean? So when we see something not working out to our liking, or we see something we just don't like in general regarding the product, we lash out. And that's just normal human nature. But there's a lot of positive things to it. The fan base is very, very, very passionate. The events that Metazoo has been running at Area 51, or not Area 51, Roswell, dang, look at me. Roswell, at the Mothman Festival, they had tons and tons of people showing up to these conventions. Metazoo is literally one of the hottest attractions at Comic Cons, and I mean, Collecticon is basically almost like MetaZooCon, because Collecticon is, everybody goes for Metazoo, and granted there's other TCGs there, but let's be real, a lot of us consider Collecticon like the official MetaZooCon at this point, because the amount of people that show up just for Metazoo is ridiculous, right? Now, besides that, people are always saying, and again, I may not be a good person, or because I don't play the game, I may not be the right person to have an opinion on this, right? But everything I'm seeing as a collector from the outside in, for playability's sake, for tournaments, I mean, you got the towers that are starting up, you have $1 million, $1.2 million tournament that's coming up next year. They're putting their money where their mouth is. And I feel like people are still thinking like, no, they're not doing anything. Like when you have a $1.2 million tournament that's coming up for players, I mean, sure, you can say like, oh, the other players from other games are going to hop on over for the money. That's how you attract more players. That's how you attract more people to the game. The tournaments are going to be a big thing, right? Just kind of looking at it from the outside in. As a collector, all those tournament goodies are really awesome. I mean, we had Full Hollow Unicorn, which those were selling for a ridiculous amount in the secondary market, let alone like a lightning in a bottle Full Hollow, or what was the other one? There was tons, like a bunch of those Collecticon exclusive player cards or staff cards. They have a lot of value. And considering the game is only a couple of years old now, like, that's great. That's phenomenal. Like, that's awesome. I don't play the game, but I like the collectible aspect of it. I like the awesome goodies that players get, to where it makes me want to try to play, just so I can try to go get, some exclusive swag, the play mats. Like, those are cool stuff, right? And again, I feel like we're not valuing that too much. We say we want the playability, and we're seeing all these, what's it called? All these strides forward, from the tournaments to the towers, which I'm treating like towers are like a freaking gym battle, and each player or each region has its own tower, and whoever wins in that local region ends up being like the master of the tower or something like that. And correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm reading this way too much, but that's a gym leader, a tower leader, whatever you want to call it, dude. Like, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. And we're not giving enough credit where that's due. Like, we don't give enough credit where it's due. Because maybe we're, I guess people want to see thousands of people playing the game. And even if they see thousands of people playing the game at a tournament, they're going to say, nobody plays this game. Or they'll say, that's just a bunch of players from Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon that are hopping over for the money. Regardless of what people see, they're always going to say that there is no what's it called? There is no credit to the success that Metazoo is showing, right? Whether products sell out in 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 5 minutes, people will say, oh, that's bots, or that'll say, oh, that's just a bunch of resellers, or whatever it may be, right? Or I think I saw comments like, Metazoo is a Ponzi scheme because they sell to the same 30-year-olds over and over again. And then they just sell it in between each other. And that's the thing. Like, it's a niche market right now. There's only so many collectors, so many players, because it's still a young game, dude. Now, if the same people stay with the game for 5-10 years and it doesn't grow, then there's a problem, right? But I feel like it is growing. It may have slowed down compared to last year, but it's growing. It's growing, dude. It's doing its thing, and we're just not giving it enough credit. Now, another thing, and I actually meant to make a video regarding this, and I figured, let's just talk about it today, right, for this video. Another thing that I feel like people do not understand is how the exclusive drops for Metazoo work, right? There's a lot of complaints regarding all the different collaborations, for example, all the eBay exclusive stuff being sold in 30 minutes or whatever. I think one of the biggest complaints that I've seen from collectors is there's too many collaborations. But the problem is that's direct to consumer. Those are the highest profit margins that Metazoo has. Because obviously when you're selling these exclusive drops through eBay, sure, you may have some eBay fees or whatever it may be or whatever, right? But obviously eBay is going to get a small cut. I mean, heck, even as an eBay seller myself, I think they charge us 13% per sold item. I'm assuming because they're partnered with eBay, they may have less fees. Especially if they're doing these eBay exclusive drops. They may have less fees overall because it's an incentive for eBay to get even more money on a consistent basis from these companies, right? And in bigger chunks. So it's direct to consumer. That's the future. That's what Magic the Gathering is doing with going to Amazon and all that good stuff. But the reason is that the profit margins are way, way higher. Easier way to make money, right? So they have LGSs, and they let them do all the core products, and they're doing all the exclusive stuff on their website, through eBay, whatever it may be. And that's probably how they're funding a lot of these tournaments. Like, direct to consumer is a huge aspect of Metazoo's business plan, in my opinion. It's how they can afford to do all these crazy shenanigans, going to all these Comic-Cons and tournaments and towers and buying land. Apparently that's the thing. I don't know if they're still doing it. I think they are. They're buying land for the tower so that Metazoo owns it. And direct-to-consumer has that power to where their profit margins are pretty good, and they're able to afford those type of, I don't want to say luxuries, but basically they can afford to put more money towards the game itself. So people like to also call it, they think it's it's a pump and dump, right? And nah, I don't vibe with that. I don't think so. I think it's mainly people are seeing oh, look, they're selling all these things out in 30 minutes. And oh, that's all that money they're making from there. They don't give a crap about the core products. But that's not the case. The whole point of these direct-to-consumer products is to be able to expand into other areas of the company. Higher profit margin, higher ability to make money elsewhere, to invest money elsewhere, to expand the game elsewhere, to expand the brand elsewhere. While the core product is for, LGSs, partners, and to introduce people to the game slowly but surely. The exclusive drops are, again, mainly for collectors. Let's be real. The collector market is big. But it also helps everything kind of come full circle for Metazoo. It just does. There's just more money that way. And it's kind of like the symbiotic relationship. You have the LGSs and you have Metazoo's partners, right? Who are catering towards the players. The new people are being introduced to the game this way. And then you have the direct-to-consumer collectible products. The collectible products are for people that are already into Metazoo, who are really liking the art, really like the cards, want to collect it. And those have higher profit margins. They may be a little bit more expensive than other products, but people will buy it because they're invested in the game now. All in all, this whole thinking that, all the negativity around lately, it has to do, of course, with the recession and the economy, and people don't have enough money, or not enough, but they don't have as much money to spend like we did back in like 2020 and 2021. Now everything's kind of settling down. But even so, Metazoo continues to be successful on the direct-to-consumer side. Their LGS partnerships, of course, they lost 25% of LGSs, but I'm pretty sure those were people who were just selling online, who are not LGS or partners. I mean, myself included. I didn't get anything for UFO or Seance, you know, and that's cool. Like, that's fine. So I really think that's where that 25% of the chunk came from. Sure, you will have some LGS stores that are just like, I'm out, because they probably put all their eggs in one basket. They probably overextended themselves either with Cryptid Nation 2 or Wilderness or whatever, and then it didn't sell too well. And of course, we have that issue where MSRP is one price, but then if you wait a month or two, the price will just come down because of the sheer amount of product out there. And that's another thing that Metazoo does well. Even though it may look like they don't, they're fluid, they're flexible. And they're able to change it on a dime. So Wilderness and UFO had 100,000 boxes. Seance is down to 50. I'm going to assume Native will stay around the 50,000 mark as well. I would be shocked if it was 100K. Excuse me. I had my morning coffee, fellas, but I would be shocked. I would be shocked if Native is 100K. I'd be shocked if War is 100K. I think 100,000 print run would probably come within the next year or two if we continue to see Metazoo have this explosive growth. The moment we start seeing that the 50K boxes are no longer enough, just like we saw with Nightfall, right? With Nightfall, boxes were sold out at every LGS. Boxes were going for $300 on the secondary market. And then people complained, like we all do, all humans complain when we can't get what we want for the price that we want. People complained, and so Metazoo said, okay, fine, we're gonna up the print run to 100K, and they did, and it didn't work out. Why? Because it just happened to release right when the economy was going to go downhill. So, and then they kept the same print run for UFO because they probably saw that sales for Wilderness were through the roof as well, but then UFO hit, and the recession is even like more deep, you know. So I think their flexibility in changing the print runs is phenomenal. Other companies would not change their print run right off the bat. So I got to give them kudos for that, for being flexible and for listening to the community regarding that. They may say, oh, it's because we released a lot of, you know, other products like the trick-or-treat bags and the Seance tarot cards. But I really think they listen to the community. They realize, you know what, yes, there's a lot of product in circulation. That's what's causing these boxes to go from $140 to $60 a box. Now, we may not see Seance reach, you know, Nightfall levels of 120, 140 a box for quite some time, but it may be closer to the $100 mark. We don't know until we see, right? We won't know until it releases in a couple of weeks. And even then, a month or two after is when we would really find out what the low bottom dollar for Seance is. So there's a lot of good that Metazoo has done, in my opinion, right? But just as much can be improved. And so again, those are my thoughts on the subject. I just saw, you know, I've been seeing a lot of comments on the video, and you know, there is a lot of stuff that they can improve. Absolutely, logistically speaking, right? But of course, even in my current job, in my job, we are still seeing logistical issues with manufacturing to the point where we're getting delayed 4 or 5 months out for something we could go pick up at the supply house like in a day. So, logistically speaking, there will be issues still until the world and all the logistics of the world come back to normal. We may still see that issue where Metazoo has, where it just cannot get product in on time. Could they maybe wait till they have a better, clear date for the arrival of product? Sure, but then you also don't want to have the UFO exclusive eBay drop when Native is coming out, you know. So it's kind of, it's just that you gotta pump those products out with the release, with the set that they're meant for, so that people are interested in it. Because otherwise, people are just gonna move on to the next set. It is what it is. So this is a 20-minute video now, and I apologize for all this talking. Let me know what you guys think below. What has Metazoo done correctly? What has Metazoo done well? curious to know what you guys think. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. For those of you guys who tuned into last week's giveaway video, stay tuned. I'm about to run the giveaway here at the end of the channel. Peace. Thank you. All right, fellas, welcome to the giveaway. Without further ado, before I begin, I should say thank you guys for tuning in to last week's giveaway video. We had a little under 100 entries. We're at 97? 97? Hold on. Let me make sure I got everything right. Here, let me just copy these names again because I think we had 98 and I may have. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this and this. There we go, 98. Okay. Oh, dang it. Okay, whatever. First roll it is then. But we had a little under 100 people. So thank you guys for joining the giveaway. And we'll see who the winners are for this week. We have one more week left for the giveaway. You will be, basically it's this week's episode or video, whatever. So our first winner is Andrew Merrick. Congratulations, Andrew. Let me go ahead and remove you from there. All right, let's go to the second spin. Let's see who's going to take it. And again, remember, these are mystery box style. I'll actually put a picture of the boxes that are left once the roll is finished. So our second winner of the week, KBDX Tokyo. Congratulations. Let's go ahead. Third spin. Let's see who's going to take the cake for the third one. Ooh, who's that? Ooh, Ty, congratulations. You are week 4's third winner. We got 3 more winners this week, fellas. 6 boxes a week, baby. Let's get it. See who's going to take it. Ooh, Chris Floto. Hopefully I spelled that right. Congratulations. That's our 4th winner. Let's go with 5th winner. 2 more winners, fellas. Let's see who's going to get lucky this week. Of course, with double the entries. You know, that's awesome. Ooh, swish, swash, smack. I like it. Congratulations. You are the 5th winner and the last winner of the week. Let's see who's going to get it. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Let's go. The Bears 87. Congratulations. Congratulations to you 6. You guys are the winners. And let me actually, I'm probably going to edit this over the video, but I'm going to put a picture up, and hopefully it's up right now, of the boxes that are currently available. Please email me at support@collectiblestonks.com. Okay? I will go ahead and reach out to you guys. I'll probably, reply to your comment that you left on last week's video. That way you guys can reach out to me. Hopefully you guys reach out to me before Monday so that by Monday I can actually ship all these boxes out to you guys. I like to get these going right away. So, again, congratulations. Thank you guys so much for joining the giveaway. And I look forward to the last week. I thought there was 2 weeks left. There's not. There's just one more giveaway. So, I look forward to it. Good luck to everybody this last week, and thank you so much for a very successful and fun giveaway. And that's it for this week, fellas. Let me know down below what you thought of today's video. Thank you so much. See you guys next week.